Did we ever fall out?
Oh, yes. It's all kicking off now.
I struggled to change the bag on my own. I felt sick every time I had to change my bag.
See what we have to live with?
Malin, did you sew up your rectum as they did in Tiffany Think's family? That's harsh if they did it to the whole family.
Hello and welcome back to our little corner of the internet. That there is Malin and I'm Tom. And these two little rascals are Charlie and Isabella. After we got that whole cancer thing out of the way, we made the decision to sell everything we own and move into our little van called Sunny. Since then, we've been exploring the world and living life to the max. Tag along.
All right, so I thought I would just take a little pause here and start answering some of your questions. So we've had a few questions about my cancer, and that was what stage and that was what stage cancer did I have, and am I in remission or NED, and what's my latest medical news. So the cancer I had was colorectal cancer stage 3C, I think they called it. The lymph nodes were affected around it, but it hadn't spread to anywhere else in my body. And right now I am NED, no evidence of disease, that I've had 1.5 years of clear scans. I don't think that you get cleared from cancer completely until after 5 years of clear scans. And hopefully now in April we get past the 2-year mark, which feels really big actually. Because then they also start taking down how many scans I got a year, which is scary, but also a nice feeling, I guess. Another question that we got was, what is my latest medical news? To be honest, I don't really know myself, because it was very unclear before we left. But then I suffer from quite a lot of side effects still, like brain fog and these stomach cramps that I got, and neuropathy, and, well, there's a bunch of lovely side effects in it. Right now I'm waiting for a physio meeting to see if they can do anything about my stomach cramps. And there was about 6 months waiting list on that. That's why we went here instead. And I'm trying to deal with it myself, as you can see. Like, I can feel straight away in my body when I've not done these kind of Pilates or anything for a few weeks. So I'm trying to stay on top of it, but it's obviously not taking away the stomach pains completely. So we're still waiting to hear from the specialists and the physio on that end. The neuropathy, well, it's just to wait and see because they don't really do much with that. There's not much they can do, so it's just to wait and see if it gets better on its own kind of thing. And with my brain fog, I don't really know. I feel like they're trying to do something, but I also don't really know what they're doing. Like, I got phone appointments every 3 months to see what's going on, but I don't really feel like anything is happening with that either, to be honest, even though they just ring and ask how we're feeling, and when I say not good, they say okay, we'll talk again in 3 months, goodbye. But I guess they're keeping an eye on it anyway. So I guess that's my latest medical news. Obviously end of April is going to be new scans and new doctor's appointments, and hopefully the physio. So hopefully we get a bit of a clearer picture of it all, but right now we're not living a bad life, are we? So we're just trying to enjoy where we are. All right, that is such a nice start to the day. The sun is shining, finally. We've had rain for a few days and cloudy and actually quite cold. But today the sun is burning me. It's only 9:30 and I think it might be beach day again today because it is roasting already. Oh, really?
All right, my turn for a bit of exercise now. Tell you what, going for a nice run with a bit of a view today. Look at that, right next to the lighthouse. It's a cracking little spot, this is. It's like Mecca for vans. I think I said that in the last video, but it's like huge, wide open space. Just, yeah, Really, really nice place to park up. So this place is absolutely crazy. This is like an old, I believe it was like an old leprosy colony that I think was built in like the 1930s, if I remember right. We had a walk around this place last year and it is absolutely nuts. There's all sorts here. There's loads of abandoned little houses. There's an abandoned church, what used to be a hospital with like hospital beds and stuff like that. Really kind of creepy. Quite a strange thing to see. Stray dogs joined me. I don't know if you have to be careful about stray dogs here, but I took the precautions anyway. So we've had a question here, which is, how long will Sunny be our full-time home? And the answer to that is, we don't really know. Obviously, back home in Sweden, we've bought a little cabin. So the plan is that we're gonna do a bunch of cabin renovations and yeah, get really stuck into that when we get home, and I imagine we'll be living in Sunny sort of on the driveway for quite a while. But we slept in the cabin for 3 weeks before we left while the van was broken, so it is possible to live there if we want to. But I've got a feeling that Sunny will be our home at least through the summers for quite a long time. And then we've had a couple of questions about like what the travel plans are after Charlie starts school. Will we stay in Sweden full time? Will we keep travelling on school holidays and stuff like that? And that's sort of the same thing. I think that how it works in Sweden is you get a lot of weeks in the summer holidays. So I imagine we'll still be travelling quite a lot through the holidays, through the summers and stuff like that. But obviously, yeah, after August, then it is the school year starts. So we have to be sort of based in one place at least. That's just how it is. That's the decision we've made. We think that Charlie will benefit a lot by being in a school environment, and especially with this school that we found, it looks fantastic and looks like it'll suit him well. So that's the idea. Yeah, we're still going to keep travelling, but it'll be during the school holidays. So it'll be a change, a big change from what we've been used to, where we've been travelling around and living in the van full time for a couple of years almost. At that point, it will be at least. But we've got stuff to sink our teeth into. We've got big projects on the way, and all the cabin stuff is going to be really fun. So we're not too worried about it. Did we make any extra precautions this time because of the problems with the van before we left? Yes. The problems sort of started on the first ever big trip that we did when we drove to England just a few months after Malin's first surgery. We got there no problem, but then on the way back, we had an issue where we ended up stuck on the side of the German autobahn where there was no speed limit for several hours, waiting for a recovery truck. So now we've took on an extra insurance thing, like with a recovery company based in Sweden, but they cover the whole of the EU. They basically cover the whole of Europe. So if we were to have a breakdown anywhere on our travels, we'd be able to talk to a Swedish operator, and get a recovery truck out really, really fast. And yeah, we don't pay particularly much every month, so it was really, really worth it, especially while we were away on the travels. And it was actually them that we used when the van broke before we left while we were in Sweden. So it turned out to be a really good choice, to be honest. All right, let's carry on with this run. I tell you what, it is absolutely roasting today. I'm so bloody thirsty, I should have got some water. It's good anyway. It's nice to get a bit of exercise, isn't it? All right, let's get back on it. Whew. Absolutely crazy environment this is. Just a massive, like, barren wasteland, like a desert almost. Like cacti everywhere. But at the same time, beautiful view over by the lighthouse. Cool village with a load of ruins just a couple of kilometres away. Yeah, just really, really unique. Quite cool to go for a run around, definitely. This part of the video is in partnership with Rosetta Stone. Susan over here is always getting the language wrong when she travels abroad. Bonjour, madame.
Je suis un bel pastèque.
¿Está lista, señora?
Necesito comprar un hipopótamo.
That's when Susan was introduced to Rosetta Stone. Rosetta Stone is the fastest and most effective way to learn a new language.
La niña bebe.
Using dynamic immersion, Rosetta Stone presents you with words and images and allows your brain to naturally make connections using context and reasoning. Their true accent feature gives you instant pronunciation feedback, comparing your spoken word to that of native speakers.
Las mujeres beben.
Las mujeres beban. Las mujeres beben.
Allowing you to speak like a local in no time. You'll be learning everything that you need to get by in the real world, including many essential travel phrases. För oss som en halv svensk och halv engelsk familj så är språk superviktigt. Med Rosetta Stone får du tillgång till jättemånga språkverktyg, oavsett din lärostil.
Some languages include detailed phrase books, and it's really easy to practice your oral understanding by using the audio companion feature.
So what are you waiting for, Susan? Click the link in the description for over 60% off a lifetime Rosetta Stone subscription. Why on earth would you settle for learning just one language when you can learn them all?
All right, so you guys got a few questions as well.
Mm-hmm.
And one of the questions was, how old are you? So Bella, how old are you?
3.
You're 3 years old. And Charlie, how old are you?
5.
5. Yeah, exactly. Do you think it's fun to go exploring all the time?
Quite fun.
Quite fun.
Sometimes.
Sometimes it's fun.
It's some over there.
You want to go and explore over there?
Yeah.
Yeah. Do you nap in the daytime?
No.
You don't sleep in the daytime, do you?
No.
Bella, do you sleep in the daytime?
No.
No.
Sometimes.
Yeah, but
When I get tired.
when you get tired, you sleep. That is true. But normally day to day, they don't nap in the daytime, so that's not a problem. And I feel like you just go with the flow, don't you, kids?
Yeah.
Me, as a parent, find it a lot easier when we're in the van because we're always outside, we're always exploring, there's always something fun happening. And it's always nice meeting new people on the road. We like meeting friends, don't we?
Yeah, we had meet more friends.
Yeah, we met more friends. We met loads of friends, haven't we?
We found 2 vans.
2 vans. We found quite a few vans, haven't we? But 2 vans that we travel a lot with. And you guys think that's quite fun because you like meeting new people.
Yeah.
You meet a lot more people like this than
Yeah.
you do when you live in
We
a house.
meet Castle.
And yeah, we met Castor. Yeah, true. I think you kids are quite good with just going with the flow. And of course we got days where we're all homesick or we miss grandparents or the cabin or whatever, just like anybody does, I guess. But majority of the time we're having a good time and everybody's enjoying it. Hello, look who's here.
Fancy seeing you here. How's it going? You're going that way, are you?
You also want to go over?
Yeah, I can join you for a bit.
Yeah. Okay.
Pause my run. Done 6 kilometres anyway, so I think that's enough in it today.
Look at that.
Bye.
Sweaty, warm today. All right, back at the abandoned village.
Yeah, we went here last year.
Yeah, I went here 5 minutes ago.
Oh, really?
This is where I recorded my questions.
Oh, wow. Look at you, going in circles.
I know. Should we try and do a quick one before the camera battery dies?
Yes, it's very low. One we got that was, do we ever fall out?
Oh,
And,
yes.
all the time.
All the time. Now,
It's very rare, to be
it's
honest.
very rare, yeah. Obviously we do, because we're humans.
Yeah.
Opinionated humans, some of us.
All right,
so,
mate.
so yeah, of course we fall out. We fall out like every other couple on the planet does, but probably a lot less than most of us, to be fair.
Yeah, I don't feel like we have discussions, but I feel like that's just discussions.
Yeah.
It's rare that we actually fall out.
Right, we're on the phone camera now,
A
and
bit worse audio, probably,
there's a bit of wind, so hopefully you can hear us.
and see us.
And see us. Yeah, see us. Yeah, look at that. We
Yeah,
look
but you just...
beautifully.
All right, yeah, but of course we fall out, but I do feel like it's rare. We got discussions. It's rarely heated discussions, but we got discussions, and not very often full-on fights.
Not very often at all. I feel like it must be a lot less than the average couple. I think we get along quite well, don't we?
Yeah.
For the most part. So we also got a question about the logistics of van life, how we go about emptying the wastewater tank, how we empty the toilet, how we fill up with water and all of that stuff, because we don't seem to take into campsites very often, which is absolutely right. We don't take into campsites often at all. And actually we haven't taken into a single campsite since we got to Tenerife, and we didn't last year either. And that's because Spain in particular is actually quite good with having these like stations. Like here we're at a petrol station and they've got a camper van motorhome service area. So they've got a drain so that you can empty your wastewater, you can empty your toilet, you've got water, you've got everything you need here. Plus there's a little laundromat here, so often we do the service, we give the van a little wash over there, and Malin and the kids do the laundry at the same time. So pretty good. It's not like that in every country, and I know it's particularly bad in the UK. If you want to do this in the UK, you have to go to a campsite and then you end up paying anyway. And it's like that in a few different places as well. Sweden, there's a few dotted around. France, there's a lot. And Spain is really good with it as well. So we don't tend to have a massive problem when we're driving around Europe, which is nice. It's nice to not have to take into a campsite just to empty and fill. We take into a campsite for a hot shower when it's not Tenerife weather, obviously.
One eternity later.
So these places are really good, but I filmed that last little section about 35 minutes ago, and we're still sat in the same position, and it still looks like this. Oh, it's all kicking off now. The Greywater Chronicles, this is. It's like a little soap opera. These guys have been here for ages, and they've just had the water running, and yeah, just running straight into the drain, and that's a big no-no in Spain. They struggle really bad with drought and with lack of water here, so just having the water running for no reason, it's not going to make you any friends. It's often a lot of waiting around here, but it's very rare that it's boring, at least. Pink Shirt Man's had enough now, look, he's doing it for him. Go on, Pink Shirt Man.
Come on, Pink Shirt Man.
Oh, I see what's happened. They've had the hose laid in the drain, and they were also just cleaning their toilet tank out in that drain. So they've just had the freshwater hose laid in the same bit as where they're cleaning the toilet tank out. That is grim. Now I understand why he's annoyed. Don't help that they've been here for bloody 40 minutes as well. Come on, sort it out, man. See what we have to live with? These neighbours, eh? Morning.
Yeah, good morning.
Good morning. Nice active neighbours in the morning. Malin and the kids are on the beach. It's not overly sunny, but at least it's still nice and warm and stuff, so it's still good enough to build some sandcastles and have a nice day on the beach. Yeah, look. Wow. Look at that sandcastle, it's massive.
Okay, so we got a few more questions that's a bit quicker to answer, I guess. So we got a few about the wedding, like when is the wedding? Are we gonna video it? Will we go on a honeymoon? Will we go on a honeymoon without kids? A few bits like that. And we're getting married this summer in June.
Yes, the end of June. It's a little, like a small barn sort of thing, outdoor. They've got like horse stables and all sorts of bits and bobs like that, and the actual reception's in the barn there. Be really nice, I think. It's a nice place.
Yeah, it will be good.
And then yeah, it's mostly just going to be close friends and family, so it's going to be really nice.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And we probably will video a little bit, but not a full wedding video. No, it's not gonna.
We're not going to be walking around.
Be...
We're not going to be walking around with the camera,
no,
are we?
Not
We
at
might.
all.
We might send around a GoPro and have a couple of small cameras set up. And
yeah, so you get some.
Do a couple of fun bits so that
yeah.
you can at least see, like,
a few shots from it.
See a few shots from it. See what it looks like. See what sort of day we had and whatever. But I don't think we'll vlog it.
No,
if you like.
No, I don't think we will.
We want to enjoy it for us and for our family and stuff.
Exactly. So. And about honeymoon, like we don't even know if we're going to go on anything like that at all.
No.
So definitely not without the kids.
No, I'd be very surprised if that happens.
Yeah.
This is like our honeymoon. It's like a pre-honeymoon, if you're like.
Yeah.
We're away travelling for several months. then when we finally get back to Sweden, then we're going to get married, then it feels a bit unnecessary to go somewhere else like straight away. I think a lot of our friends and family are sticking around for sort of a week before and after the wedding, so we'll hang out with friends and family a little bit, enjoy Sweden in the summer, because that's also nice.
Yeah, absolutely. Yes, and then we also got questions about, will we grow our family in the future? Somebody asked, will we have any animals when we get back to Sweden, like dogs, chickens, or a horse?
Yeah, we'll probably grow our family with animals, I think.
Yeah, no more humans.
I don't think there'll be any more humans now, mostly because Malin can't have kids naturally now.
Yeah.
And for us to go through an adoption process or whatever feels probably something that's not really where we want to be in life. I guess.
No.
We're
and
happy.
Also, have you seen our kids?
Yeah.
Definitely not having more.
Nah. I always said that I wanted 3 kids, and then when we had the first one, I said I wanted 1, and now we've ended up with 2. So I think that'll do. Yeah. I think that's enough.
We're happy we are 2 happy, healthy children, to be honest.
I'm satisfied with that.
Yeah. But we might get animals of some kind.
We talked about chickens. We talked about ducks. We talked about a few animals in the near future.
Yeah.
And then in the long distance future, in the far future, we do want a bit of proper farmland, and then it'll come with all the animals that comes along with that, I think. But that's quite a few years in the future. How do we make our income? Are we living on savings or earning from YouTube? And then another question which said, how do we earn our living while traveling? We earn a little bit from YouTube. Every time you guys watch an advert on our videos, we get paid a little bit. And obviously you might have seen some sponsorships that we do in the middle of some of our videos. We do 1 or 2 minute sponsorship slots, like you might have already seen in this video.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
We get paid a little bit from that. It's not quite enough to make up a full salary, so we also have a few little bits and bobs. We have the web shop where Malin sells crochet stuff.
We got an Etsy shop.
We got a little Etsy shop and little things like that.
Edit some podcasts and other things for other people. You do quite a lot, don't you?
Yeah, exactly. I've got a few clients that I edit their podcasts and do some video work and stuff for them.
We work from the van, obviously, and we do get loads of little bits here and there, but it makes us go around.
Yeah,
so
we make it go around, don't we?
So we don't have to live on savings, as a lot of people think that we do.
No, we don't live on savings. That's no, that's not what we do. We live on what we make, and that's the really good thing about living in the van, is that we don't spend much.
Yeah, it don't cost very much.
So the life that we live doesn't require that we spend a lot of money. No. So that also means that we don't really need to earn as much money as we would have done otherwise.
Yeah.
That might change when we have more of a fixed point with electricity bills and stuff when we start living in the cabin.
Yeah, and that's also one of the reasons why we bought such a small cabin, so we didn't have to take a mortgage on it, because that also raises your bills a lot, don't it?
Yeah,
so,
exactly.
So we're just trying to keep it down a bit so we can keep working like this.
That's it, yeah, exactly. Spend less, and then you in return need to work less. So that's our sort of mindset with it, at least.
Yeah.
Feels good. The stuff with YouTube is growing, and every time you guys leave a little thumbs up, or every time a new person presses subscribe, or every time we get like a few extra viewers or whatever, it helps us and it helps the channel grow. And that's what we're hoping for in the future, is that we can do this full-time sort of thing without all the other stuff that goes with it.
Yeah, and all the members.
Yeah.
YouTube members, you do a lot for us.
It's hugely appreciated, because it's you guys that are helping us on our way to achieving the main goal sort of thing.
Yeah,
so
exactly.
Massively appreciated.
Yeah. All right, so I've had a few questions about the stoma, and one of you asked to take you along on my stoma routine. So I thought I will video that while I answer some of your other questions, maybe? I don't know, I'll see how it goes, I guess. Feels a bit strange to have you in here in my bathroom, but if you guys want to know how it works, then I guess I'll show you how it works. So the question was, show your stoma routine and how has it changed from when I first got it? Did I have to adapt it to get van life to work? And to be honest, like, if I look back to like the first minute, the first day I got it compared to how it is now, it changed loads. Because you get used to it and you know what products work and you know how to do it, and you just get used to it basically. The first couple of weeks I really struggled with it. I struggled to change the bag on my own. I felt sick every time I had to change my bag. I got lightheaded. I was not comfortable with it at all. Now, I don't know why it's not even a thing anymore, I guess. You get really used to it and it works really easy. To be honest, I don't know if I've actually had to adapt that much to get it to work with van life. It's only like how you store stuff, which is a bit more not difficult. I don't got everything in the same place. I have some things here in front of me, I got some things behind you, and I got some things in this behind me. And I also need water when I do it, but obviously I have to sort the water bits before I go into the bathroom now. And normally in the bathroom you got water, I guess. So I guess that's the biggest thing. But it never really felt like a big change to make. It was never difficult and it was never a massive problem, I guess. Just got on with it. My bags you have to cut. You can see that it's different sizes, like rings. It's because I got these small ones. You can't get them in the right size, like already cut kind of thing. So I have to cut after the size that I need. So then I got these little scissors and then I just cut the size that I want. Then you just pull the tape off, or it's not the tape is on there, I guess. You just pull the thingy off, protecting thing off. And then you put it on. Rub it a bit so it sticks properly, and I guess that's it. Alright, easy as that. I got a question if I can swim with my stoma, and yes I can. It's not even a thing, to be honest. It's no problem at all. We even went to a water park the other week and it's not a problem. I do think about it so I don't go on the slides where you have to go on your tummy, probably. But I don't know if it would be a problem. It's just that I don't feel very comfortable like that. But we go to the beach and we spend hours on the beach and in and out of the water for a full day, and it's never a problem. It's rare that I have to change my bag halfway through the day, and especially not the reason that I've been in the water. Very, very rare, to be honest. So yes, I can swim, and no, it's not even a thing, to be honest. Carla said, you seem to have adjusted quite well to having a stoma. Is there anything about your stoma that makes it rather difficult for you to enjoy doing because of it? And or have you had any irritation around the stoma that made it difficult to go out and enjoy your days? And no and no, I guess. To be honest, I don't feel like the stoma makes anything difficult for me. I don't feel like the stoma makes me think about activities in a different way. Like maybe when we go to the water park, I think a little bit more about what slides I go on, but never to the extent that I feel like it stops me doing things. Sometimes maybe I feel a bit more anxiety in big groups of people where I don't know everyone than I used to do, but I don't really feel like it stops me in any way, and I don't feel like I ever let it get to me. I never stop doing anything, and I never let that anxiety ruin what I'm doing, because I know that in the end of the day it don't really matter and nobody else cares. Irritation around the stoma, of course I've had it. I think everybody who got a stoma get irritated skin around it sometimes, but never to the extent that I can't go out or that it doesn't work for me. I don't feel like I've had any problems like that at all, to be honest. Carla also said, Malin, did you sew up your rectum as they did in Tiffany Think's family? That's harsh if they did it to the whole family. You recovered so much faster than she did, just not understanding the complete surgery they did on you. So the surgery that I did, they removed my whole colon and sewed up the rectum, yes. And why I recovered faster than her, I can't answer, because I don't know her, and everybody reacts different to different treatments, and everybody feels different after different kinds of surgeries and whatever. So I can't answer why I healed faster than her. Obviously I was in pain and I was sore the first few weeks, but I felt like I was ready to get back into life faster than I was allowed. And why it was like that, I can't really answer, I guess. The last one about the stoma is there any food you can't have now when you have the stoma? No, there's not any food that I can't have. There's food that I'm a bit more sensitive to, and if I got a tummy ache, I always try to avoid these kind of foods where it's like the peel of fruit and vegetables I need to be a bit careful with. Some vegetables like asparagus, mushrooms, etc. I can't have too much of. Nuts is something that I personally struggle with a lot. I notice that as soon as I eat nuts, I get a tummy ache. Still eat nuts though, apparently don't stop me. The main thing I think for me/us is that we stopped eating meat, red meat, almost completely. They said just after my surgery, they said that red meat is bad, mainly because of the stoma, but also because of the cancer. Since then, we've not really ate red meat at all. We can eat it, and I can eat it, and it's not like I get a really bad stomach or a bad tummy ache or anything from it. It's just that it just feels a bit silly, because if it's high risks from both the cancer and that the stoma is not going to handle it great, then I just feel like I'd rather not eat it, to be honest. And now we got so used to it, so I can't really say that I miss it even. I think that's the biggest diet change that I've done, but it's not because I can't eat it, more because we chose not to.
So we also had a question about like van life and how we all fit, and that was, it looks like a great life, but how do you all fit in the van? Well, it's a good question. The van's pretty big, to be fair. Obviously, we've got a table, and we've got 4 seats, obviously, because otherwise we wouldn't be able to drive with all 4 of us. The 2 front seats spin around, so you can sit 4 people around the table, which is nice. So that sorts, obviously, meal times and everything. And then the bed situation, me and Malin have got a decent-sized double bed that we sleep in. And then we've built like an L-shaped bunk bed above our bed where the kids sleep. So the kids have got almost a full-size single bed each. Bella's is a little bit smaller, and she's going to be sort of half ready to grow out of it within a year or 2. So then we need to come up with a new arrangement. Is it cosy up there? But for now it works really well, and the kids love it up there. It's like a little den up there, so it's really cozy to sleep for them. They love it. They love the bed setup that we've got, and yeah, it does the trick. It's a nice little setup. But I think we're just about at the end of all the questions there. So if you're one of the people that's asked a question, massive thank you. We've had a little uptick in subscribers recently, new people following the channel. So if you're one of those, welcome on board, and thank you very much for your support. That is really, really nice to see. Any interaction with the channel, anytime you give us a little thumbs up, any new person that hits the subscribe button, anybody that leaves a comment, and especially anybody that shares it with your mates, you're absolutely golden, because it's you guys that are helping the channel grow. So thank you very much, genuinely. And a massive, massive thank you to the channel members as well. So if you're one of those people, high five for you. Huge thanks. So if you are new around here, thank you very much for watching to the end. Make sure you hit the subscribe button, and we'll see you all next Sunday. Bye.